Good Wednesday morning. Pastor Rob here, doing a daily devotional. Somebody asked me last night, what do I think about the coronavirus and what is God's purpose behind it? And I have no idea, honestly, but I can give you a perspective. My perspective was that I think God is going to return someday, maybe soon, we don't know. But my opinion on the coronavirus is that this is a great opportunity, maybe a final opportunity for people to do a reset in life, literally reset, to hit the reset button and start over. Literally sit back, be with your family, consider your priorities, and get the priorities back in line. Number one, making God the center of your life. Two, concentrating on your families, and three, everything else. And so this may be a reset in life for men and women to look at their priorities and making sure God is that priority. It might be a final chance for us to do that. I don't know. But I really believe that it is a reset time. God's hit the reset button. He's pulled everybody back. He's certainly in this. And that's my opinion, to get back and test our priorities and see what we're doing and give us a reset. This is a time to launch out when this is over with God at the helm. And so I was reading Luke chapter 5 this morning, and I think it goes right along with this, where the disciples had been fishing all day. They had cleaned their nets, they had parked their boats, they tied them up, everything was done, and Jesus came over, got in one of the boats, and began to teach. And when he was finished teaching, he told Simon Peter, let's get back in the boats and go out again. This is the reset. They've come in, they've docked, they've cleaned their nets, they were done for the day. And Jesus says, now we're going to go back out. And this time we're going to go into deep water, and I want you to drop your nets and see what happens. And reluctantly they go. They don't want to go. But they get out there and they do as Jesus said. Now with Jesus being the center of their fishing business, not out just in human effort, because they said, we've been out all day. In human effort, we've been out all day and it hasn't worked. What makes you think it's going to be any different with you? Well, they really don't know who Jesus is at this time. But now he's become the center of their fishing industry. And now that they've allowed him to do that, what happens is they listen to him, they put their nets down, and they're so full they can't pull them into the boat. As a matter of fact, the Bible says they had to call in for reinforcements, people to come out and help them lift the nets into their boat. And the boats were so full, they began to sink. And so I think that's kind of like this goes with Corona, that Jesus has hit the reset button on America and on the world. And we really do need to take this reset seriously and consider our priorities. And hopefully Christ will have time to make Christ the center of our priorities. And if that's the case, and if we do that, I think we'll see the same thing that Peter and Andrew and James and John saw in this time. They saw when they made Christ the center of their fishing industry, that they were blessed beyond their imagination, to the point when they got back to shore that Peter fell on his face before God and said, I'm not even worthy to be this blessed. And so that's a possibility. Same with tithing and finances. In Malachi 3, why haven't I poured out the blessings upon you? God says, because you robbed me. You haven't tithed, like I said in the Bible, 10%. That's my message, by the way. If somebody asks me, what's your message on tithing? It's 10%. God says, you've robbed me. And he says, test me at this. If you do tithe the way you should, if you make me the center of your finances, is what he's really saying. If I'm the center of your finances, test me at this and see if I won't pour the blessings of heaven out upon you. And in this case, so many blessings that your boat begins to sink. You don't know what to do with all of it. And so I just think that this is, when I was asked that question last night, that's my answer. My answer to the corona is this. It's a reset, and a worldwide reset. To sit back, look at our priorities, and another chance to say, is Christ really the center of my life? Is Christ the center of my marriage? Is Christ the center of my finances? And certainly in our case specifically, Sugar Tree Ridge, is Christ the center of our ministry? Or are we out here doing things in human effort? If we can make Christ the center of our ministry and our family, the Bible is very clear that he will pour out such a blessing upon us. Family peace, church progress, bringing souls to Christ. Even your own personal testimony. Is your personal testimony Christ-centered, or are we going out in human effort to just like everybody look at me like I'm a super Christian or something? Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that, I guess. But literally, have we made it a priority to put Christ in the center of our testimony of our life? And so that's what I'm thinking today. And I'm challenging everybody to take this reset seriously to the point where we prioritize and we make Christ the center of everything we're doing. Our family, our finances, our ministries, our worship, and our companies. For some reason this morning when I'm praying, I really feel like there's somebody's company that's struggling, probably because of this virus. And as this reset is over, that company needs to have Christ at the helm, not just a brain trust of men, the Rand Corporation running things, but literally sitting down at a board meeting and as the leader of that company saying, before we do one thing this morning, we're going to pray. And that's going to be tough, but I'm going to encourage you to do that and give God that opportunity to put his foot down on your board meeting table, and you lead the way and you pray and say, God, we want you to run this company from here on out. And we take this reset seriously, and we're resetting our company with Christ at the helm. And every board meeting, every meeting, we're going to pray and ask for his guidance in every meeting, every elders meeting, every board meeting, every family meeting. Give God that opportunity to step in and watch him bless you and answer your prayers beyond your imagination. And that's my thought and prayer for today. Give up on the human effort and give God the chance to give his effort in your situation. Have a great day.